blessing of this ministry and having the ability to come here and fellowship and great discovery as well. Have to use what you're given, right? I say give that shekel to the rich man. So we all are given a different measure. And I thank you for the bounty of this and time. So no matter what happens, you never cease to amaze me with your brutality. But you do put the ones that you love through suffering and through salvation. We have to die to be saved. So we have to be redeemed. He's the Redeemer. So he's going to, after we all face that, we'll all pass through the book of judgment. So, and that's the great and dreadful day of the Lord. That's the wedding feast of the lambs. That's where remember, he has the key. You know, the restrainers lifted the pit, and he puts one foot on the land, one foot on the sea. It says, "You'll be changed in the twinkling of an eye at the last trump. Time will be no more." So that's it. No more of this. So that's the wedding. That's when we get to be with Father. He redeems. That's when he comes back. That's judgments. The dead will raise from the ashes of the dust. So that's what you're here to do. He said, "Let no one take your crown." So that is crown idolatry and imagery, warned about serving what we see. And that's latria, pornea, idolatria, idolatry. And he divorced his bride for exactly that. And this is about a wedding. So most people don't take that wedding very seriously because they're married to the world. And you know what he calls her in the book of Revelation? The whore that rides the beast, the mother of all idolatry. So it's in the scriptures. You have to read the Revelation. So welcome to Revelation. We're there. So if you had the celestial abyss, you'd know what time it is, and that's what we're supposed to be, is not fall asleep and be awake and be wise virgins, have extra oil and trim our lamps and be burning bright. So you can't go to sleep, not sleeping at the end of the day and getting but spiritual rest. We don't ever rest. We carry and are crucified and suffer and have to love Father because he makes us do it. He doesn't Father doesn't love, he only loves his bride. And under the Old Testament, one sin was death. And under this New Testament, nothing's changed. One jot, death. One tittle, death. One thought, death. Nothing's changed. But people are married to the world once again. The word is Hokadesh. So that's spirit, and Father is word. So it was all spoken. Remember, the word became flesh, that child, the one who redeems. You have to have a crown. It's a wedding. I come quickly. Revelation 3:11. I come quickly, he says, like a thief in the night. Sorrows and waves, like birthing pains of labor, intensification coming suddenly. You're supposed to have your lamps trimmed, be burning bright. Thief's going to go where the lights are out. So go ahead, go to sleep, rest. Nope. Bear your cross, he said in my disciples in Luke and Matthew. He told us we the idolatry, what he divorced his bride Israel. He said idolatry, latrios to service, and idols, things of the dirt, things you see, little statues and big tall towers and sky daddies. So that's idolatry, serving your eyes. Latria is serving lies to your eyes, to yourself. Self-service. You're pulling your own chain, whatever you're tugging on, I'm not sure, or rubbing on. So, you're rubbing it. Now get out of here. Yeah, that's the problem. People they're into their own alien dialectus tongue. So they got an alien tongue. Remember, he said, you know, I was a snake before you let me in, and they let Joe Biden. So See, left to right paradigm, two cheeks to the same hole, wings to the same dragon. So he's the divide, not some dragon, Leviathan in the garden, remember, of Eden. So, Eden. Kind of reminds me of Esau, huh? Esau. He so loved Jacob, who, remember Jacob, the man Jacob, who had family, the 12 families of, he, it's a great sea, and this people make this a religion, and I'm not sure what's wrong with this society other than Father said their hearts will be waxed cold to the word. There'll be a pestilence and famine of the word. The word will be disease. They'll be giving it their own twist. That's idolatry. The Hebrew word is froward, to pervert, add, or take away. He said, don't do that. Not even a single period. Not a letter, but a period. He said a jot or a tittle, the smallest of the punctuation. So people think they can add to the text and text. No, there's only one accepted text. So if you don't define every word, and it's not, you can't refine by definition, right? To be refined, because you're a translator, you translate your own version, and so that's what he warned not to do. He doesn't like transgender gods. People go after transgenderism, the isms, Calvinism, Satanism, Mormonism, all the insanities, all of them. Christianity, they're all insanity. They all follow the Pope Papa. He said, call no man father, call no man reverend, call no man teacher. The false teacher is a scorpizzo, but you can lead a horse to water. You know what an idiom or an idiot is? There's a difference. But you can't make them drink. You can lead a person in knowledge. Bathos, busos, bis. Well, knowledge, right? Bis, knowledge. But you can't make them think. So people have to think on their own for themselves. So thank you, Father, for only loving your bride. So I know that's, and you beat your bride, because that's what the scripture says. Through much thlipsis, tribulation, we must go through, bear witness to be persecuted, suffer for my Shem's sake, my authority. So he stood up to the authority, the law, the church, the government, religion, and they threw him in a cage. So does anybody want to throw you into a cage? Whip. You're getting your stripes. They striped him. You get your stripes. You out there earning your stripes, bearing your witness, and taking up the crucifixion, being crucified and burnt. And so agape, this is love is patient. So that's the word agape. So AGAPE. There's no love. It doesn't say love anywhere in the text. So anywhere in the scripture, it says the word AGAPE, agape, not phileo. That's like you like Ford or Chevy, Apple or iPhone. Like you like your wife's rack, like you like the rack on your truck. That's phileo love. Remember he said, Peter, I'm not asking you if you phileo me, Peter. Do you agape me? So 2 John and 6, to walk and follow in his commandments. You're going as you were. So, it's militant. It's every day. You don't stop until you die, till you bear that, until it's like carrying a yoke is what they did. They yoked him. He didn't carry a cross. Christ didn't carry a cross. Christ is a pagan term, but we'll use it. The one is anointed in oil. The one, the anointed. Eye is the lamp of the body. Oil, dark light. They don't mix. Remember, it's supposed to be single. They hung him from a tree. So he says to bear your cross, and he's not talking about a physical cross. He's talking about spiritual witness, spiritual suffering, spiritual tribulation. So tell the flesh to be quiet, wrestle not against flesh, Paul said, right? Cut it off, circumcise it. That's what Paul said, circumcise the outer man, not the physical male genitalia, but the, we got people cutting off body parts there in their heads. So no, circumcision is not a physical, it's a spiritual, outer laws of the flesh. We're not under these. We're not lawless, but difference between legal and lawful. So he stood up to perversion. perversion of the law, the government, and religion. So he didn't dwell in houses made by hands. Temples, the body is the temple under this covenant, spiritual body. Eat my body means spiritual, not some, that's the mother in scripture. Your brothers and sisters, eat your mother, eat your kids, right? That's McDonald's, my bad. I have to throw that in there. Why not? So, all right. Thank you, Father, for another day out here in the desert. So, always lift up your agape, Old Testament Torah under this New Testament prize, pearls, treasure. There's help out there if you all need it. Who are you helping? There's help. What are you calling out for help? Send it on an SOS. Oh, so like toast. But all right, I'm just playing. Well, here we are. This is day 447. 447 days. That's a year and a half. 1 year and a half ago, they decided to come in here and bring a bunch of men with guns and assault everybody. So I'm still here, still standing. Kept my word. I would fight to the death to keep my son from going to prison. But I don't know. That didn't turn out like that, did it? Well, he's not in prison at this point, so not anywhere arrested. And still an active warrant for his arrest. So what a brave young man he is to let him not extort his merchant number. So good for him. Hasn't broken any laws because the right of affirmative defense. So myself, but well, whatever, it is what it is. Ain't tripping no more. I just looked at this pagan calendar and have some blankets, be comfortable, go to sleep. Remember, Father gave him blankets. So tomorrow's that holiday that they celebrate here in the American, or I can't, they can't, but sit down at the table and stuff your face so they can sell more turkey or whatever you got to do, whatever you're stuffing your face with, but I thought my attorney called me tomorrow, but tomorrow's another one of these pagan celebration things we're not supposed to celebrate, so I don't think I'm going to get a call. That means 1 day before, basically, because trial's on Monday. So what a brutal nightmare this is. It'd be like if this is some unpaid attorney, some appointed counsel, legal public defender. It sounds like some kind of Star Wars episode, huh? Oh, the man in the black robe, watch out. Are you afraid? Be afraid. Be very afraid. The man in the black robe. Luke, I am your father. All right, I'm not afraid of the man in the black robe. But anyways, it looks like I'm going to jail because there's no, well, I might not go to jail, but, I don't know. They'll probably try to throw the book at me because I didn't take their deal. Plea bargain, didn't agree. So I'm not going to agree to let them extort my merchant number. So I'll just have to take whatever I get, right? So my son's not there, can't be, you know what I'm saying? Is this man broadcasting from Mojave or Oregon? And why is he not taking his question? Whoa, dude, is that like JP Morgan? Everybody's bailing out of your bank there, JPM. No, it's not Mojave. That's where I was born in the desert there, dingbat. Hello, remember? I was a snake before you let me in. Then he let Joe Biden like a bat, Biden like a snake or like a rat. Oregon, are you organized? Until they just give up. Shut the hell up. Look at these sellouts. They give it up. You know what they offered me? Oh, we'll let it all go with a little smack on the wrist. We'll just give you one little misdemeanor and no unsupervised probation. My attorney already told him no, so but whatever. That's the conversation I've had with my attorney, so that's all right. He's doing what Father makes him do, so you don't know anything. You don't know your ass and hole in the ground there, Andrew. You don't know anything. You don't know shit from Shinola. But you've been in here before, haven't you, Andrew? Didn't work out there, Andy, did it? Like Andy Dick, or hey, like, no, let's not go there. So go ahead and speak your piece. We'll give you one more breath, and then we'll throw you out of here, because I don't sup with vipers or pearls before swine. Father created all things, so he tells me not to do that. Pearls, treasure. Let no one take your crown. So been here before, I know. So what's up with you, JP Morgan, JPM? Anything else to say, or you just a one-hit wonder? As a serpent. I don't know about that. For money and a lover of children. So connection unstable. You're unstable. Put them in a van. All right, get 5 guys and let's ice them. We're gonna ice JPM. Somebody get his IP address and send 5 guys to fill the right of due process and ice them. He said when he was going to build the wall, he's talking about the ice wall. Remember the outer space? You go outside the ice wall. Hashtag welcome to outer space. Yeah, your space is, whoa, north and south, huh? Get away from me. No, you go play with your balls somewhere else. So I'm in the middle of nowhere, right? In the country. It's gone country. Oh, she's gone country. Oh, look at them boots. That's okay. Like I said, remember, it has a lot to do with where I'm at, too. So I don't sit here in the middle of a city in Wi-Fi. I'm on a little phone that's 4G. I break this one, there's no more, might not be any more High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries in 4 days. So enjoy your time with me, because Father might throw me in a cage. So I don't think I'm gonna hear from the attorney tomorrow. So tomorrow's the Thanksgiving, stuff your face day. Have some blankets. I'm a red-blooded American and a law-abiding citizen. Okay. Oh yeah, you're a proud American and a law-abiding. Wouldn't know the difference between legal and lawful. You're a debt slave, JPM. Do you pay taxes? Let's toy with this little child American citizen. You're a citizen. Tell me something about your birthright, your merchant number. Let's see if you even have anything to know if you're just some little silly debt slave that likes to murder people with your murder dollars and you don't have any idea what you're talking about. You got blood on your hands. You don't need it. You do. You stink like you have blood on your hands. And you're talking to a veteran. I know what it smells like, death smells like, and you smell like you kill a lot of people. So what's your wage? What's your W-2 dollar? Your W-2 tax, corporate dollar? It's not a constitutional republic there. It should be gold and silver. So you don't... Look, either you answer my question, or I'm going to throw your snake ass out of here, okay? Ass or a snake, remember? I don't sup with vipers or ass somebody can't learn, so... And your kids will be enjoying it. I pay plenty of taxes. Oh, so Andrew's a murder dollar too. So Andrew, what did you tell me? What's your W-2? Both you have to put your W-2 in here. What you made, gross and net, makes me sick. Federal, state. Remember, they get taxed. Now put it in here, or you're both out of here. Father's, I'm going to judge you by your measure. Let's see. Or get the hell out of here. You can't even define hell. Neither of you can. That's what you can do. Define the word hell, because you've been here before when I've been in here, Andrew, and find it. So give me your W-2 gross and net, or get out of here. Let's see how much of your murder dollars you made this year. I don't want last year's. This year's. Either speak up or get out of here, kids. Child. My ass man. So you're somebody's kid too, remember? It ain't about age. Child. So one more. Come on, gross net, or get out of here. Not even giving you any more. He said don't sup with vipers. So no, I got this. That's what I'm saying. If they don't, nail them. JPM Morgan, you want to give your W-2 tax dollar, since Andrew's so trying to ride your coattail? No, he's been here before. I don't think I've seen you. I know J. It's like JP Morgan, Chase. Hello, you chasing your tail there, going in a circle? Could live without paying taxes. I think I would. All right, get them out of here. Can't answer a question. There's my 2 witnesses. Goodbye. Get them out of here. See you later. You're swine. Thanks for coming in. Don't let the door hit you where the pagan word Lord split you. That means master, and you can't serve 2. He warned of idolatry and imagery, so come in here and try to say that you're some proud American. Pride is a sin. Smell pride. So remember, one above another. It's not under this covenant. Not those. Pride. Shine above. Rise. Uh-oh, here we go. Towers. Father, I don't want none of that. Here we are again. Rising and shining like cockle-doodle-doo. Any cockle-doo with these people. They love their cock worship, remember? Mr. Gargle himself, Mr. Goo Gobbler for Turkey Day. Wonder if he's going to be goo gobbling on some man chowder. Mr. Warp Speed, Mr. Donald Abadonald Warp Speed John himself. Mr. Trump Daddy. Who's your daddy? They see me rolling. Yeah, he is, huh? He's a gargling. But he's blowing bubbles, hubba bubba bubbles with Bubba. I ain't talking about chewing gum either. Oh, sickening, man. Islands, Trump's islands, island boys. Why do you think he's got all that hardware down there? Military protecting his assets. You really think that Epstein himself? Well, Epstein didn't Epstein himself, but Charlie Kirked himself. Remember, he's leaning a little bit too far to the right and knew a little bit too much, and then, well, like an elephant, then acting like an ass. Couldn't learn, so. Don't come in here and be stupid with me. The word stupid means to be nice, so don't be nice. No, we can't have pride. We don't want pride. Pride is a sin, so you can replace that word right now. You're not supposed to have pride, so if you don't have pride, what are you? Like I said, if you're so used to saying that word, people don't realize that pride is a sin. Under this covenant, we're not supposed to rise or shine above others. That's pride. And that's what, building towers and 2 and 3 and store 4. And there we go, off to the races. There they go. Got to raise and use covetousness and, and all their thievery and idolatry. And that's just what they do. Fornication with the beast. So can't serve 2 masters. So careful. Pride is a sin under this covenant. Old Testament was not. Father had his pride, his heavens, remember? Jacob, who he so loved, he gave the inheritance to the 12 families against the Great Sea, called him Israel. Right? He hated Esau. He killed his brother Satan. The God birthed on December 25th in a manger, Moloch, Christ, the Masseh, Jesus Christ. Masseh, we're not supposed to masseh, remember? Let's not go around in circles. We don't eat flesh. We don't do the wheel. You'll spin around, you spin me rice round. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Yeah, whatever. So it's not 2025, you little silly ball camps. Get off, get your balls out of here. Okay, single ball, P.O.Box, Dodge, Long Beach Freeway, Firestone exit, Southgate. Go to the south or something with your north and south pole worship. So Slobber Knocker Fest. I don't know what's up with Vipers, remember? These guys are eating, cock meat sandwiches. Whatever, Big Bob. So, hey, that's what happened. Too much Harold and Kumar, I guess, eh? Too much television. Maybe they got you rocking like a rodeo for the local prison. Remember, they're trying to throw me in a prison cell. Whatever, they threw Christ. The Father will handle it, whatever happens. So, I'm not tripping. I ain't tripping. So, but I don't think the attorney's going to call me tomorrow. So this isn't looking very good for me. So just so you know. Well, I don't think the attorney's going to call tomorrow. And how the hell they're not doing jury selection on Thanksgiving? So what are you doing it on Friday? And then I have a trial on Monday? Not looking very good for me, guys. I'm going to have to tell you right now. I'm trying to give it to you straight. So if I had more to go off of, I'd give you, but I didn't get a call today. I didn't not going to get a call tomorrow. I thought I was going to get a call tomorrow. I didn't realize tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate holidays. I don't look at a calendar. I live off the grid. I don't do holidays. Remember, so it's past my brain that I thought it was more like 24th or 25th. I don't even care what. It's just, it's not something I do. So Black Friday, right? Not meaning black because you're not in the red, people. And it had anything to do with melanin. Oh, just beat each other up over Chinese crap. They don't do that as much anymore, do they? Oh, well. So, what a country, eh? Beat each other over televisions that now cost $300 for a 50 million inch plasma. Don't matter how big it is, about $300, something like that. I don't know. It is. It looks like it's going to go there. So it's Father doing it. So I'm not. Remember, love is patient. I might have to wait this out and go further into this process and file appeal or whatever. I don't know. I don't have them. How can my son and daughter not be there? You know what I'm saying? Do I love cats? Do I love cats? How about that? Yes, I love my kitties. So I got the best kitties in the world. And Nugget keeps coming over here and eating all the food. That's okay. We love Nugget too. He's come over here just strolling around. He likes juniper, so he's got a thing for juniper. So he's got to deal with nice. I've got a couple that I love. So I'll miss my kitties. See, I don't want to go to jail. It sucks, man. I love my kitties. They still are missing Tango. Yasher sits out there still on the front porch going, "Where's the big dog, man?" He just hasn't figured it out yet. So they had such a routine going. So he thought he's a dog. My dog thinks they're cats. Cats think they're dogs. Just whatever. I'm a farmer, so it is what it is. I'll deal with it, but it's not looking good, guys. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I didn't again think that tomorrow's a holiday, so there's not gonna be no jury selection. And Black Friday, I don't know. My attorney, my rights to protect him under the right of affirmative defense. I have the right to protect myself. He has him under habeas corpus, to protect him under self-defense, the right of your Fourth Amendment to be secure in your house, papers, persons, and effects. So I know my rights. It's called justification defense. I've explained it. I've done YouTube videos on it, or live streams for hours on this same subject. So, yeah, you heard me. You seen, I did the live. I mean, I know that is, my life's kind of like that, but we got to see Tango's last moments. That was beautiful. Not that I just got to feel him for just a second. He was only there for just a flash in the pan. He didn't see me, but I know he heard me because he was choking, and that relieved him for just a moment in time, and then he was gone. But and then I live streamed his burial too. So remember, Pants didn't even get out of he wanted to stay with his brother until I brought him out, and then he wouldn't get out of the car. He just wasn't. So he's still confused, but it's okay. I'm not going to get another dog either, I have my bone to take care of, so got to make sure I give him all the effort and give him the love he needs so that he's not suffering. So he's struggling too. So I'm not gonna, but he's doing just a little bit better that Kevin's back, and so he's got Marcy and got to hang out with Marcy and got to hang out with Chewy and ride in the car, and he does good. And yeah, he's such a good boy. There's my puppy dog that I love so much. He was sleeping. He heard me talk about him. So, but anyways, it is what it is. I can't change it now, and I'm starting to look like I just don't. I'm just so beside myself. So it is what it is, man. I can't. How hard did I try to get, an attorney who knew the case, knew the situation, and still he just hasn't. Like I said, I don't know if he's going to call tomorrow. I don't know when he's going to pick the jury. That's what I paid him for, to do jury selection, and because he really hasn't done anything on the case. He hasn't called the state police, hasn't called Josephine County, hasn't looked for Elijah, hasn't done anything. So, I mean, setting something up for trial and appearing a couple of times over the phone, that's fine, just to do formalities. What are you doing, Bubby? What do you want? What do you want? You want to hang out with the dad? This is my puppy. This one's my puppet that I have on. This is my best boy. My biggest guy that I have. So I'm gonna try to spend my last moments, and I don't know. It could all get dropped too. I don't know how all this works at this point. It doesn't make any sense. Legally, it's all is still a violation of my rights, are continuing to be violated. If my son is not there, that violates my Sixth Amendment right to call witness in my favor. I have that right. The two people that are in, well, the only person that's going to be there is against me, but I can't have my son and daughter that were in the car that day. That's a violation of my rights. Sixth Amendment, fair, speedy trial, and to call witness in my favor. I explained it to John, the attorney. He's like, well, that's for the state. If I said, no, that's for me, John. That's my Sixth Amendment right. My son was this, but well, we can't call them if they can't be found. Yeah, I know they can't be found. That's a problem. So, nobody cares, man. This is insane. These last days are brutal. What you got going on there, baby? You're just making them absolutely brutal. So, menacing my mind, my brain. Like I said, tomorrow, what happens if they don't call? Then Friday, he might call. And then if not, I got to show up at 9 o'clock to a trial where my son and daughter ain't going to be there. And I've been trying to get somebody to locate them for thousands of hours now since this whole thing, And nobody's even tried. Nobody's made an attempt. And I go to jail. That's it. Nobody's going to look for them. The case closed. They got this in the bag. So. Here we are. Year and a half ago, they SWAT raided this ministry and shot out all the windows in the front of the house and grenaded me, grenaded my son and daughter, shot my son, grenaded my animals, wrecked all the, all, whatever. It is what it is. I don't want to go through it again. So. Here we are. Might as well call it tomorrow, 4 days away. And they only have tomorrow. So if he doesn't call tomorrow, they only have Friday. They ain't calling on the weekend. You can call me before the weekend, the day before or something to my trial. What? No, I don't think so. So it appears this is going to trial no matter what. Even though I told him, he said he was going to posture before trial and tell him we have no case. Oh well. These could be the last days here of HD Fat, guys. So if I had a little more, conversation with his attorney, I might have a little confidence, but he doesn't look like he has any done. It just looks like it's another wash, man. Doesn't matter. Father's going to just do what he wants with me, and it doesn't matter what I pay or money or paid or not paid attorney, or if I show him the evidence or anything. Remember, I just keep getting thrown in jail and assaulted, and nobody's looking for Elijah. Nobody's looking for Adriana. And I feel horrible that I caused a lot of this. So I have to sit there. If I sit there in a jail cell the rest of my time in there, or whenever, how long, I don't know how long I'll be in there, or whatever, if or when, or whatever, how any of that'll work. I don't know. Maybe I'll just wake up and I'll be at trial or something. I don't know. It's not that far away. So only a couple more days now, or that's it. I'm 100% going to trial. The attorney said he'd posture before trial because they dropped my daughter's case and on the same charges, and now he hasn't done that. So I'm not feeling as he's going to posture before trial because now I'm going to trial. So damn, that didn't turn out like I wanted either, like even what he said he was going to do. So I don't know, man. Maybe Father's put him there to put me in jail. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to jail. So I don't even know how it works at this point because he won't communicate with me. So I try to look some of this stuff up myself online, but I struggle online with Google and whatever these search engines to give me accurate information. So I come in here and hang out a little bit. I'm a little wore out, so I don't know how long I'm going to make it tonight. I do the jury selection. what the heck is going on here? So, oh my goodness. Faith, faith, faith. Only have faith. That's all I got left, man, in this world is faith. So that's it'll keep me going to the end, till it's my last breath. I guarantee you. That's what's gotten me this far. So, what a trip. What a mind. Destruct my brain and my heart and my mind and my soul has been terrorized by Father. Not to include all the physical things that have happened to me and my animals, my family. So, I don't have the money to fire another attorney. Zig, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I mean, I just sold the land, but I'm just going to let Father, I'm not going to try to, anytime I try to do something, I just make it worse in this case. If you've been following this long enough, you'd see that. So, it's time for me to not press anything and just, it is what it is. They throw me in jail because I'm trying to help my son. You know what I'm saying? It never makes any sense to begin with. So he's saying they didn't have evidence to do it, and now he won't even stand before trial. So I don't understand how this is all going down. It just looks like I'm going to get thrown in jail. Because I already told you, I think the judge is going to stand in no matter what the verdict and make some appeal or something. I don't know. It's a corrupt court, and I pled that. I pled to many of the attorneys now to file a change of venue because I don't feel I can get a fair or trial, and this is proof I can't get a fair trial. That's your right of fair trial is your Sixth Amendment, and I've said that. How do I get a fair trial when I can't call witness in my favor, my son or daughter who were there, the day that I said, hey, no, don't stop the car. My daughter said, no, go, and they charged her, but then they dropped her charges, and they didn't even have a warrant for her arrest. That's a kidnapping. It's a literal kidnapping. It is. And now I can't even report. Remember, either of them murdered or missing. Neither. My attorney won't even look into that. Remember, I've told him. And even at this trial, why would he not look into that? He needs them there for trial. Under my Sixth Amendment right of fair and speedy trial to call witness in my favor, under the right of discovery, the suppression of evidence, it cannot suppress evidence during trial under discovery. Both sides have the right to go over evidence. They can't throw anything at anybody in court. Oh, look what we got on you. I don't even know what they're trying to hold against me other than that video, which I put up, and I'm not afraid of the video. I know what I did. I have the right to protect my son under the Fourth Amendment, or the right of his habeas corpus to protect him from illegal prosecution, excused defense, justification defense. I've done live streams about this, but none of it matters. None of it has mattered at all. They've just gone forward, and look at this. Now I'm days away, and it's not going to matter. Tens of thousands of dollars, 100,000 plus, 5+ years in this case have involved trying to help my son since they started going after him because they're pissed off at me because I'm a constitutionalist. So what? I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm not above the law. So it is what it is, man. But that's what it's really starting to look like. And I'm going to try to get myself prepared for that because there's nothing else I'm seeing. I don't see anything else at this point. So. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. The next day is Black Friday. Then there's a trial. Monday morning, 9 o'clock, bam. Be there or be square. So probably I won't even be there. No, I'll be there, but just can't believe nobody's even tried to come support and help me. Figured after all this time, if I knew these people on this ministry too, and I'm not calling you out brothers and sisters like that because I know it's hard to go anywhere. I can't even believe one person coming to my trial. Nobody's going to come there on my behalf. So I think this is just going to go away. All this is just going to disappear. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed. Hopefully the channel will stay up, and maybe not. Maybe this will all work itself out. But it's not looking very good for me at this point. Like, when is he going to have a jury? How's that going to work? Doesn't look like none of that happened. So trial on Monday morning, guys. I'm sure today or tomorrow will terrorize me. And the next day, or even if he calls, I don't even know what the hell to expect at this time. It doesn't even make sense. I don't even think I can get a fair trial. So I've called it out in open court. Right of due process failed. Change it to a venue. I can't get a fair trial. Can't get a good. Now I can't even get a jury. If he's not going to select the jury and I paid him, I can't get a fair jury. You know, can't get a fair trial because of judge bias, jury bias, political point. I've already told. I did videos on change of venue and why this case is block. It checks every block on why it should not be tried in this county. So this corrupt judge is probably going to throw me in jail. Dave Vandenberg doesn't. He hired some freaking Pat Wilkie to come out here, and John is kind of covered for that. Like, hey, he can go over there. I know that, but will you look into why this judge from 5 hours away, why he listened to the video of Pat Wilkie? I played that in his office, not the SWAT raid, but that judge threatening to throw me in jail. But I ain't tripping. So it's all there. Father will do whatever he wants with me, but it looks like like I said, I could have taken a misdemeanor and no supervised probation. I could have got it expunged, and now they're going to throw the book at me because I fought them in court. So only 98.5% of cases, only 1.5% of cases in this country render a verdict by jury. It's not very often. So when you take them to court and they throw the book at you. So that's what I'm preparing to be, having the book thrown at me. So, because I really upset these courts a lot. So I've done a lot of things that hasn't ever been done in the court system, the open courts, and this court for sure. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll get a call the next day or two, but I don't know what that's going to do for my confidence at trial if I have to go to trial if my son and daughter aren't even there. It fails me at my right of trial. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. Don't have any idea. Don't know. And it's the mandatory minimum. They could try to hit me with the maximum too. They could. Judge can say, well, he's been such a pain in our ass, but you may shock. Well, I bet you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. I don't think you know anything about this case there, Bradley, but you can grab at straws, or whatever you want there. But Father's creating this, so careful that there's nothing that's happened that hasn't happened by Father's. It violates my right is being violated by a paid attorney. So it doesn't even matter. Even the paid attorney is violating my constitutional right. So that doesn't change. A year and a half ago, they SWAT raided this ministry with no right to do that. They should have just come years ago and talked to me. We could have had this all cleared up by live stream for life, but it's okay. I'm not doing it, and that's why this is something I don't think it's ever been done. This is like a case that's never been handled in the way that this one has been handled. So, but they assaulted me. They assaulted my daughter and my son, and then shot him with his hands in the air. And I live streamed it all. It doesn't even matter that I have it all on live stream. That's not even brought up in court. The live stream, they're not going to even have that, what they did to me, because of what I told my son not to stop the vehicle. This is what they did to me. That probably won't even get brought up in court. They can't. It has to be brought in court to discovery. They have to look at it to begin with. So I don't even know what the attorney's going to say. He's told me I might not even testify. Probably won't even need to testify. This is what he told me. You probably won't even need to testify. Whoa. So it sounds like they're just going to throw me in jail, no matter what I say, or contempt of court or something. They got something planned for me. So Father does. Father's doing it. So I'm going to worry about what they're going to do to me. It is what it is. But they cannot go that way. You know what I'm saying? It might not, but at this, there's nothing that has gone in a direction. Maybe you have to the law stuff to the Lord. Okay, whatever. That's not how it works. But anyways, Lord is a pagan term. So if you want to use some kind of scripture, you might want to use the actual terms that are written in the text where you try to use text. I'm not saying I appreciate your words, but Lord's a pagan term and you can't serve two masters. And he stood against the law. So the government religion. So you're quite antichrist with your dialect, your alien tongue. And that's okay. It's a correction channel. That's what it does. Yeah, the road to hell was paved with good intentions. So goodbye, madman. Get him out of here. I don't want you in here. Thanks for your time and your comments, but you're not welcome here. Don't come back here ever again. And you won't get blocked. Just please don't come in here. Thanks again for your time. So, it was good with your earlier prediction. I want to hear it. So. Go look at some discovery on the case before you make any comments, please, on what you think is going to happen here. You can use scripture, but know what you're talking about before you come in here and try to correct me with scripture, please. Be an adult about it. If you can't be corrected yourself, then don't please try to correct me. If you're an ass and can't be learned, can't learn you because you're an unwillingness, you have a deaf ear or an unseen eye because you can't see what I'm saying, or maybe we don't have the same taste in scripture because I don't add jots or tittles or yos. I did, or idolatry. These things he told us and warned us, don't add or take away. So don't start speaking at me with words that were never written in the text ever one time. So thanks. Appreciate it. This ministry, it is what it is. You can go back and glean thousands of hours of live streaming and, even 6 channels that I've done for 12 years on YouTube. So the government at me. That's what it is. There's bigger fish that are here in this case. Obviously, I know that. So it's why it hasn't gone anywhere. I've often said, I think somebody's put a bug in John's ear. So starting to feel like that. So it's Father doing it. He's doing it, and I'm not concerned. They're going to do whatever they want with me. So Father, and try to help find my son or daughter, though. That's a kind of a hard thing to live with, but it is what it is. I'll make my bed, I'll have to sleep in it, so to speak, right? Could have taken the gold and silver and left. Been out of this country. Even if they put Elijah in jail, he'd probably still be alive. So, as well as my daughter, got her involved with it too. So I think Marshall's the one that, federal or not, I don't care. He's definitely involved in this case. You'll see if it ever gets brought to court or justice. You'll see Marshall Radonich, snitch, bitch. I don't know what he is. Snitches end up ditches, and I'm not making any threats, but can't seem to get him to go look in a cave where I thought, he said he's going to hide my son and daughter. With all the motive, but just keep getting crushed and assaulted and stripped of everything. My rights. I only have a First Amendment right left. So they offered me all that back, my right to arm myself again, but I'd had to agree to take a plea bargain, and I'm not going to be the 98.5% of the people in this country that'll let them extort my merchant number willingly. So if I have to go to jail because of it, I go to jail and I'll stand in the word, and I won't be concerned that I'll just have to live with what I did. Go back and see what I'm talking about. So not looking good, man. Like I said, it's starting to kind of hit me. And that's fine. I don't know what Father has, but when tomorrow's, like I said, Thanksgiving and the next day's Black Friday, then court's Monday, I don't think that I'm going to have a lot of. How much time did John spend going through witness? He has the right to, jury selection. When and did and will he do jury selection? So what a trip. Go to trial, or he'll call me up. They dropped it, filed motion, they want to drop it. I mean, it'll just be out of the blue or something. Maybe, I don't know, because Father already wrote what's going to happen. But it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. It looks like they're going to take me to trial. My son and daughter will not be there, and they're the ones who are in the video. They're on my case. They arrested all of us. They came here and arrested all. How are they not going to have them there at my case? So that's where I'm just perplexed, man. And it's just mind-numbing me right now. And I'm just a little beside myself. So you'll have to excuse me. I'm trying to spend my last days and trying to keep my marbles in my head here and let them not fall out. And So everything be okay. I won't do anything rash and irrational. I already shown love is patient. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm prepared for whatever Father has planned for me. So He's given me an abundance where everything will be fine. You know, what are they going to do? Kill me in there or something? Then He doesn't want me to look for my son. He doesn't want any of you to look for him. You guys would have already done it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like nobody's going to show up to my court case. Everybody on this ministry is known. There's 23,000 people almost, and not one person from the ministry is going to show up at my court case. And I never asked, but it's like I said, it is what it is. Most people have a life. I'm not asking anybody to go out of their way. You can't tell me I ain't somebody close by this ministry or something that said, say, man, I should be there as a witness, man. You know, but that's okay. Father didn't want my life. I don't have anybody, remember? So He took everything I had and my dog now too. Remember, I'm down to pants, so I love them. I got this one and I got my kitties, so I might not have them soon. And I might be sitting in a jail cell with a bunch of dudes and have to have somebody else take care of them for me until that time happens. So I'm going straight into headed to chaos, you know. So what do I do? Let Him steer the ship, and He's going to take it wherever He takes it. So at least I went down, you know, trying. And Elijah will know that if he ever goes back and he's alive someday and he's just mad at me or something, I don't even see how that's possible. But he'll look and say, hey, man, my dad was trying right up till they threw him in jail. He tried to keep me from going to jail. And hey, what's up, little dick? You're just a little dick there, Gary, huh? You little two-pump chump. What else you got? There's your first little swing at it. Let's see what else you got. How's it hanging? Yeah. Whoa. Oh, go fuck yourself. Get out of here. Thanksgiving Day. Get this pagan out of here. I don't celebrate crap. Get him out of here. Goodbye, pagan. Goodbye, Satanist. Goodbye. So, yeah, happy Thanksgiving. So, know your history. So, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I'll have to try to keep my tongue here a little to a wrap if I can, so I don't. I'm not lashing out at anybody. Not mad at anybody. So. Just don't come in here and be stupid right now, please, at all with me, because I'll correct you. It's an adult, you know. Adults can figure it out. We're not supposed to celebrate right now anything. So otherwise, if you do, you're a child. Get away from me. I don't celebrate in here. The scripture tells us that, you know, He fulfilled all these things. So Jeremiah, you ever read the book of Jeremiah? That's the only place. Amos, come on. I don't need to go there, but all righty. Darn it. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so it doesn't look like tomorrow that he'll be calling for a jury tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Jury selection. I could call people in on jury selection on a holiday, Thanksgiving, whatever you want to call it. Stuff your face, eat your turkey, stuff your turkey, eat your kids. I don't know. Maybe you're going to McDonald's and you're rubbing it or loving it. I don't know what you're doing. But love is patient. I have to put that out there. Let's go back to the lesson real quick, you know, and we'll bounce off of that. Love is the word agape. That's 2 John and 6. And that's to walk and follow in Father's commandments. And we have to take witness and bear and be crucified and go through suffering for His Shem. So I'm standing up to perversion, what they've tried to do to my son and have done, and it's all been an assault, and it's been a violation of all of our rights. Every one of our rights have been violated, and it's all been documented. So you can be a witness for yourself. I mean, it feels very surreal at times, like it happened and I maybe got shot, because this shouldn't be happening right now. I shouldn't be days away from my attorney not calling me who's paid. It's one thing he was a public pretender, and I told you before, they all work for the bar, but this is not looking like he's going to, I don't even know how he's going to select a jury. Like I said, what are you going to do it on Friday, on Black Friday? Maybe the day before court. He's going to posture. I already told you guys in here. You know, I said, why are we going even to trial? We shouldn't be going to trial. This shit should have been dropped. They dropped my daughter's charge for the same thing. You know, they've already violated. Look what they've done to me. They assaulted me. Tell them I'm going to sue the hell out of them. Doesn't matter. So, what a nightmare. So, the saga will continue here for the next couple days, and that's it. And there's no more. So, hey, I want to put some wood on my fire stove, or my wood burner here, my wood stove. Give me a second here, and figure it out. Here, we'll go back in. Can I get in there, Mr. Buddy? Boy of mine. The best puppy I have ever. So I will. You're the best guy that ever was. You are the best puppy. Sure love hanging out with my puppy dog. He's my best guy in the whole wide world that I love forever and all my boys. He's my boy. Oh, the wood heats, wood heats, wood heats. I don't know if we'll be able to get both of them. That's a pretty gnarly piece there. Maybe we shouldn't put. Well, then we'll make her have to open the door again, huh? Or roast herself. Hold on, what's going on here? Almost lose that. Okay, that was a close one. Careful. Careful as you can. All right, we got an electric stove out here, so apologies for interruption here. Oh, here we go. We're taking off. She's chooching. So what are you chooching on? Maybe I'll take a pause here for the cause, because won't be able to medicate myself in jail at all. So, because I don't take no synthetic or anything, so I just have to tough it out when they throw me in a little tiny piece of rice paper to sleep on or whatever. But oh, that's a little dramatic, but my back doesn't normally do. That's kind of my kryptonite, is because of my issues I have with my sciatic or whatever. But whatever, man. There we go. I was talking to Kevin about whiskey the other day. It said it's not like something you drink a lot of, but there's not a couple shots of whiskey or something like those small. It just has its own bite to it, you know, because everybody has their own taste or flavor. Like I said, I've never been a big alcohol person, but moderation's okay. I kind of remember after I was doing digging and stuff for years, and then as I later got into the later portions, years into digging, I was like, started getting that kind of a cowboy, you know, the farm and the ranch is being built out here, thinking about riding from working all day or riding in the hot sun, and then just having a shot or two is just like, boom, you know, bartender, you know. Oh, hear that? Silver, right? Give me a shot of. Uh-oh. Did we lose one? We lost it. We'll find it. I'll find it manana. I think it fell down on the side there. But anyways, you know, you're like, give me a shot of whiskey, you know, and how good that tastes, that one or two shots. You're not trying to get twacked out of your brain, and so, you know, you're just trying to get a nice, oh, there she goes, boys. So, you know, just a nice flavor, something to wet your whistle, you know, not split your wig back, make you so, you know, that you can't ride out of there, you know, or somebody will rob you or something. I don't know. I went, and so I did. I bought, like, I can't remember. I bought a bottle of whiskey, and man, that thing lasted me like 6 months or something. You know, um, I think there's still some of it in there, probably about that much left in there. I don't know. I put it, you know, um, but moderation, you know, nothing wrong with that. So everybody, some people like the vodkas, some people like the gin, some people like the, you know, everybody's got their, but sure to good probably have some extra around, so you know, it's always been a bargaining, and it will spend. When things break down, people are going to want. Uh, I bought some kind of it had a flavor in it that I bought, and I don't normally do flavor because that, you know, syrupy and hangover, and but it was some kind of flavored, and actually I got like a second kind once, and went and got, you know, another. With the second one, that's the one I had, because it was probably about, I don't know, a couple years ago or something the first time, but it had like chocolate, and it had a little extra bottle attached to it, but it was pretty good. It was like not overbearing too, you know what I'm saying, the flavor in it, and it had a second, um, but it was whiskey, and I normally don't drink whiskey, but it was nice, you know what I'm saying. It was a nice 1 or 2 shots was my limit, man. I can't drink like that. My body's just not cut for that. You know, when I was young, I had a little spat, you know, until it turned illegal, and then it was no more fun. But man, the lady up there at the store recommended, you know, because I'm like, I don't buy alcohol. I don't know what I'd only buy maybe vodka or something. I mean, I've been a bartender, so I know what alcohols are out there. But for me, you know, I've had Crown Royal, and I've had, you know, obviously, you know, I know there's, you know, like Southern Comfort. That's a mix, you know, but you know, not, there's other, you know, drinks out there, but everybody's, you know, has their thing. So, um, and an alcohol is a good thing if you have just a little shot of it or two, man. It is tasty. It hits, it burns from the inside, kind of warms from the inside out, and you're not trying to get all, you know, getting all slurry. And a couple of shots set you straight, man. You feel like, good, oh man, I can just kind of relax. Maybe go play a game of cards with the bar, to whatever, you know. I'm saying, here you go back to my saloon type of whatever. But I just sort of a mindset, you know. I live like that, you know. I live off grid, and I live an older style, so, you know, a couple shots is a reward, you know what I'm saying. And you probably didn't do it every day. Every time you came into town, you had gaps in between, you know. And I'm sure they may even had a sniffer or something, but they probably didn't, imagine, go out there on the trail and get all messed up. They would use it medicinally as well, you know what I'm saying. So moderation, and I would have a good fair amount of it if you had the other things, like, you know, I've always told you on this channel, food stores, you know, get yourself spiritually right, prepared first. But paper plates, so you can wash your bunghole, you know, instead of washing paper plates. Lady parts and private man parts need washed instead of washing plate. But it will trade. It would be very valuable, and it always has been. So, especially in small shots, you know what I'm saying? That's how it'll be given out. So it won't probably be moving the whole bottle. You'll be moving a couple shots here and a couple shots there. So popping shots. But careful. But it, you know, like I said, it done responsibly. Like I said, it's something that if you had ability to put some away right now, I'd recommend that too. Not for you, for later, for a little bit of here, a little bit of there. Maybe that couple shots will get you, you know, a labor hand's going to work all day for a couple shots, you know, and maybe a place to stay, you know. But, you know, those couple shots are going to be a deal breaker with some people. You probably actually, you know, maybe trade a couple of shots for quite a bit. I can't imagine what 2 shots of alcohol will buy in the future. Seriously, 2 small, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like a shot of whiskey. It could be, they're not going to care what brand it is then, but so Don't go high dollar trying to buy something like that later. They're not going to care if it's white, it's vodka. They're not going to. I got to care about this shiny, little symbol on your new numismatic. $5,000 quarter, but is it silver? Okay, we'll give you $50 for it now because it's $50 in silver quarter. So silver quarter's like $8 right now. So don't tell me they can't be no $50 silver quarter. So careful what you put your stores up, but all things in moderation. So good thing to have later, guys. Like I said, it's been used medicinally. I don't need to tell you that, and it's a nice reward if some people, maybe they'll puff on a bowl, or some people will have a shot of whiskey or something, a shot of vodka or something, a couple shots, and some people might mix it with some pineapple juice, some orange juice, screwdrivers, I don't know, whatever, but they're not trying to get hammered. And so, yeah, so don't, you know what I'm saying, Ziggy, don't put anything like that away. If you have the ability, put away. If you don't own an alcohol bottle, I own nothing like that. I should, and I had some. I don't know what I did with them. I think I drank them over, year ago or something too. I only had like one other bottle that I had put away. What was it? I think I had a Grey Goose bottle. I had that. That was going to be my trade bottle, a little high dollar or whatever that I had, but I think I drank that and shared that too. I think I don't know when I got rid of that, but anyways, I only had one. But I would recommend having, a selection of moderately to low level, because nobody's going to care. They're not. If it's whiskey, or they probably won't even care what it is, whether it's gin or gin or rum or whiskey or vodka. They're not going to care. If it's alcohol, they're going to want a couple shots, and they're probably it'll give them that what they're looking for. So again, I'm not telling you what to do, but I know what history's past has told us. So in past, it has been a little, like a currency, so it will have a lot of value because it does have a lot of other properties and things that can be done. Obviously, you can make up your own decision on how you want to, store it, but I know it will be valuable come very soon. They can cut all that off too. Seriously, they go straight prohibition on alcohol. They're doing it on cannabis. So hemp, cannabis is next on the list with THC above, so it's probably not going to be too much longer, and they might straight turn, don't be surprised if they will attack alcohol again too. So they may, we'll see with this administration. You never know what they're going to do next. You know what I'm saying? You don't. So better put something up for later, for a rainy day. And like I said, I know that later that it'll have value beyond that you can, because there are a lot of people who are kind of dependent on alcohol. So they're going to want it. And, yeah, no, it'll be one of your best trading items that you can possibly have. Seriously, I'm a preparedness person, so it's top of the list, top tier trading item, and always has been and always will be during hard times. People go towards a little bit of relief, guys. They do. When times get hard, people want a little relief. So don't think that, like I said, not everybody's trying to get trashed, but sometimes they just need take a little bit of the load off. So that's why I don't have any objection to somebody having a couple of drinks, man. So what? Especially if they're at home and they're not doing anything, they're not driving anywhere, and they haven't had, they don't have they're not an alcoholic. What are you to tell them what they can put in their body? I don't care what they do. 100%. I don't care what people put in their body. So you can't tell somebody what they can or can't put in their body. You force something on somebody's body, that's rape. So I don't care what kind it is. It can be medical rape. So I don't want to hear it, so don't tell somebody what they can or can't put in their body. You know what I'm saying? Now, moderation, you can tell them that. All things in moderation. So I talked about that earlier too, guys, a little bit on the stream. If you don't know, you can go back and see. I talked about, that the women, I've already kind of led you in this Oh, absolutely. They're just as good. Both of those are top tier, and they always have been. Those some of the two top. Those two are some of the top 10 things you can have. Top five. You know what I'm saying? Got to have a way to protect the things you have. And you don't want to try to use those things, but if you're gonna choose to sit there and try to protect it, Father said you can protect your. I don't know if it's valuable enough to you if you want to pop shots over some whatever, but I don't care what people. That again, you have to answer to God. But Father says you can own a firearm and protect your wife. Somebody come in and rape your wife and kill your kid, you can protect your wife and your kids. You're not going to violate this new covenant. He said, let vengeance be mine, as long as you're not going out and seeking, you know what I'm saying? And they're trying to, you have that Fourth Amendment right under the Constitution, Title 18, to deem the force necessary. So, um, got to have those two. I don't. They took them from me, remember? I can't even protect my animals. I live kind of a hard life right now, not even able to. I used to open carry a lot because I like people to see firearms. Our armed public is a polite public. We've talked about it. So, and I don't advocate for firearms. I just carry, open carry because you can. And now I didn't even have a sidearm, but you know what I'm saying? Uh, oh, well, I'm one of the, I'm one of these people in the U.S. where they took my rights from me, and they've never even taken me to trial or anything. They've never convicted me of any crime, and they already took my weapons away from me. So I don't have a Second Amendment right like most people do in this country. And I'm a veteran who defended the right of the people. So pretty hard life to be living right now. You know what I'm saying? Where I can't even defend my animals. If a cougar came down out and tried to go after my animal, my dog, chickens, I'd probably just have to let them get eaten. But I'm not going to let some cougar get my dog. I'd get in there and start jabbing them or doing something. I don't know. Put them in a bind. I'll just tell you that. I'll be going, not being afraid at all. So I wouldn't if that animal's attacking my dog. Pants, the last one I had, the last thing I got on this rock. So I'm not gonna let no cougar, no mountain lion try to. So I'd have to get in there and get my hands dirty, if that makes sense. So um, that's the position that Father has me in right now. To protect my animals, I'd have to use my bare hands. I don't have anything else to protect them. So. Who knows? I might be going to jail, not need no weapons, right? So I don't have one now. So, I only had two, remember? I just had a shotgun, like, self-defense for that type of position, or, a pack of something, and a 308. Just, it was a single fire, just, not, I never even fired either of them, so. Yeah, that's why they SWAT raided the house, because I was so armed to the teeth and never even had a weapon in my hands or grabbed, or told them I wouldn't even use them. Nope, I won't use them. I'll use my First Amendment freedom of speech to defend my son. But boy, oh boy, that didn't turn out that very good for me, did it? For any of us. We all were assaulted, including all the animals. Damn, even the kitties. Remember, I had kittens too in the house. So they were brutal. They were absolute savages. So what a brutal, brutal day that was. A year and a half ago, 547 days ago. They came out here with almost 30 men with guns and multiple armored vehicles and attempted to take my life that day, hoping that I'd come out with a gun. The two that I said that I had that I wouldn't use, and it didn't work out. So I think they tried to get my veteran instincts to just defend myself, and because I said you have that right, and I didn't. But I said I wasn't going to use arms. I made it very clear, so it was their choice to come out and assault everybody. My animals, my daughter, my son, kidnap my daughter, shoot my son with his hands in the air. So, will I ever know why? Did Marshall take the casings out here, the shell casings? Um, I've scoured this property. I can't find anything else out here. There's nothing else inside this cabin. I mean, there should be multiple of the tear gas canisters, and they're not in here. Um, where's all the bullet casings from them shooting Elijah? I have both grenade pins. So, um, what a crazy, you know. What crazy, crazy, crazy. Now if they came here, they just shoot me up. Can't do anything, and I wouldn't even try to protect myself like I did last time. I don't care. I'm not going to try to save my life over something like that. It's not worth it to me. It just isn't. So, as you see, my son went with his hands in the air and got shot. My daughter was kidnapped. She was not resistant, and I asking them why they were here, and to try to get them. They had all the time, the opportunity to come here and talk to me in person, come to my front gate, but they did nothing. Um, but whatever, none of it's going to matter. None of that's going to be brought up in court, guys. It's not going to even be brought up in court. Can you imagine that? Everything they did and everything they did that day, until I file a civil lawsuit, they've gotten away with. So they won't get away with it after, like judgments come, and Father will pour out a just measure on all of them. So I'm not seeking any of that. I'm not seeking any vengeance or trying to. If I file a lawsuit, it's just because I'm accountability. Remember, not to gain. I would try to do all my legal to have them put it in account and trust for the ministry and grace and truth. You already know how all that works. So who knows? None of that might not ever happen. But they definitely did a number to me. They marred me and scarred me for life. I'll never be the same person. I have a little bit of PTSD, obviously, because of that. Any night they can come out here and do that to me. And I've just stayed right here where they did it to me. I didn't run away and didn't try to flee or anything. I just stayed right here where they came and assaulted me. But, oh well. But yeah, I just want to let you know, probably not going to turn out too well when the attorney doesn't call me again. He doesn't posture like he say he's going to do. He didn't do that. And now we have 2 days, a Black Friday and a Thanksgiving that doesn't look like I'm going to get any counsel. And so I have a trial on Monday. So you might want to try to enjoy the last days and try to maybe, write this down and go back and try to glean from what was past if I'm not here anymore. So I just wish I had something to go off, guys. I just don't have anything to go off of right now. Nothing is looking very good right now. Yeah, I'm a veteran. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like this. I'm used to being shot at. Been hit with, been SWAT and whatever. But I was never expecting, just to not expect. Would think that asking if my son was okay, knowing use of force regulation that violates the use of force, that was not justified. I know that's a right of cruel and unusual punishment, assault and battery. Irregardless, they have to show justification on why they're going to choose to flash grenade my son and daughter from their sleep and me for only asking if Elijah was okay. There was no threat of violence to them. Nobody had a gun pointed at them. That was assault and battery, and cruel and unusual punishment is what it was. So, but that it's like that's what I think of. I think about my son has to live with being shot. And did he get shot again in Marshall? Did Elijah get not shot now twice? He got shot that day by the state police, and did Marshall shoot him? This is insane. It is what it is, man. I shouldn't be standing here. There's no way I don't know any man that could take a grenade to the face and just be blown back as I was and not drop down like a sack of potatoes. So I don't even know why I'm still here at this point, other than to just be beat and punished some more. So there's only so many more days that he can, until this is either I'm going to jail or I'm not. So, but it doesn't have any, that this not go to jail is not, I mean, it looks like I'm getting railroaded, and not, not like, oh, well, I might go there and he might represent me, and it looks like I'm getting railroaded, like what they did to my son. The reason why I stood up is they were railroading my son, and now they're railroading me. So, with the paid attorney, and you guys were a witness. So, these may be our last days at HD Fat here at High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries. I just want to try to be real with you, and I want you to be prepared for both. So, hey, but at least I tried. At least I went down, tried, and just a dad trying to help his son out. And irregardless of I'm more outspoken, because the Constitution doesn't give them the right to assault me and my son and my daughter and kidnap my daughter that day like they did. So it's starting to feel as if accountability might not come until after, after this is over. And that could be extended for quite some time now. So I don't know what the time is. Remember, I have no idea what time I'll be facing come Monday. I don't know. I know it won't be a fair trial because my son and daughter won't be there. So I know it'll be a violation of my Sixth Amendment to call witness in my favor. So I'm documenting that right now, that I said it to my attorney, and he's just going to still do it anyways. The nightmare, it can only go on for so long, right? I mean, if I go to jail, it's like a whole nother nightmare starts, right? So, thanks for being a witness. Appreciate it. I'm not trying to depress you guys. Trying to be positive and say that it's going to happen. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and I can't change it. Just trying to show you that I'm accepting it, trying to show patience. Love is patient. I don't know how to be any more patient with Father. I really don't. I mean, I'm waiting up until tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and next Friday, or this Friday's Black Friday. Doesn't seem like he's going to be calling a jury selection on either of those days. And then trial's Monday. So, oh my gosh. All right, guys, I better go hang out with my puppy here for a little bit. I don't feel like I'm beating a dead horse. So, thanks for being a witness, and go out and get prepared for what is coming. It's going to get a lot worse. That's what the scripture says. So, have your lamps trimmed. It could be a long road for all of us. This whole world coming to an end is not going to happen probably like you think. That's already happened a while ago, and here we are in the new age. So, stay in the Word. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm a little frustrated with myself and frustrated with Father, but there's no flesh body that's on this rock not even Marshall, if he ended up shooting Elijah. I mean, it is what it is. I can't go after him. It's not gonna do me any good to take him out or anything like that. I try to do it through civil court, use the system, even though I've lost all confidence myself. Only have faith in Father, not the system, because the system has failed me. This should be an obvious case that the system does fail people. Innocent people go to jail. Innocent people get convicted of things, that a lot of people take an agreement. So no matter what, I feel okay that no matter what happens to me, please try to remember, I already could have just washed this all away. I said, guys, you know what? They offered me a plea agreement. They were not going to give me any felonies. I just get one misdemeanor, and no supervised probation. You know, it's pretty much just like a little slap in the wrist. And I just took that because I could start looking for my son. I can report my, nope. We're going to take it to the box, and whatever happens to me, happens to me. If I go to jail, then so what? And I'm okay with that. So, I just want you to know it'd be hypocritical for me of taking that deal. So I won't take a deal ever. No deal. No deal. So Father will handle it, and he has it from the beginning. So whatever he wants to do to me, he's going to do to me. So we have to accept whatever happens in the next 3 or 4 days is going to be it. That's it. 4 days tomorrow. I don't have any more days to, oh, well, maybe, or there ain't no more maybe. And this is it, guys. These are the last couple grains of sand running through the hourglass, as I told you. So I've enjoyed all my time here with you guys. I really have. So I'm hoping we'll continue, and this all come to pass, and somehow Father will make this happen. And if it's, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want anything at this point, because if I do, then he'll crush whatever it is. So thank you for all your time tonight, and thank you for your ears, and for your support. So I will I'll let you get to your night. I need to spend some time with Father and my puppy here, and just kind of pray a little bit, and let Father kind of show me whatever he's gonna. I already see it. I already kind of see the results of this. So it's going to go one way or another. He's going to pull out a miracle, or I'm going to get railroaded, guys. So, and I don't think it'll just be a light sentence. I think they'll really try to hammer me. So, make an example out of me or whatever. So, but they can't do anything to me that what Father didn't write. Remember? So he's making them do it. So that's why I'm not mad at whoever does anything. So my day of death is written already. And whatever happens that's not written yet is that by hand, by Father's word, and everything not written, and everything that ever will be. So it's all by Father. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks again for your support. I'll see you again, maybe-ish. I don't know where I'm going at this point. Obviously, I'm in a little bit of struggle here. These next couple of days are going to be a nightmare. So I'm not sure what Father's plans are me here in the next couple of days are, but hope you don't celebrate tomorrow, Turkey Day, or whatever they're doing, Thanksgiving. Come out, my people. Do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness. Rebuke them, remember, with the light. So, Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse.